Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Friday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And today is our live Friday Q&A. And welcome to December, a brand new month, brand new year coming up. Amazing times we're in right now. This is just our live Q&A. We're going to wait a few minutes for everybody to come on. We are at a very auspicious time in human collective unconsciousness. We really are. And I want to encourage you to be of the best possible mind you can be in the next few days. The energies that are coming in right now are really strong. Everything is being amplified. Everything within yourself and everything around you is being affected, changed, and transformed with these incoming energies onto the planet. If you're of a typically good nature, then you're going to typically feel better with these increased energies. If you're moody or in a frustrated state, then that's going to be amplified. It doesn't matter what emotional state you're in, it is going to be amplified, but you have choice. It's important you know that you have choice over what state you are going to be in. You actually have choice over what emotions you pay attention to. Just like you can look out your window and see trees. You can focus on that tree or that tree or that tree. And whatever tree you're going to focus on, you're going to pull out more detail. You're going to see more the bark on it. You're going to see the leaves. You'll see the tree with greater detail. Whatever you focus on, especially in these coming days with the incoming energies, is going to be amplified. You focus on your joy, you're going to experience your joy increasing. You focus on anger, your anger is going to increase. Whether you're conscious of it or not, this is a real event that's happening. And it has been going on for several years now. And it's going to increase, not decrease. So it becomes very valuable to understand how it is that you are going to keep your focus. Again, I am here today just to do live Q&A with all of you. Welcome. Hi, YouTube, Facebook. I'll bring your questions up. And so energies right now are very, very, very high. They keep telling me, stay in good spirit. What you eat, what you drink, what you think, what emotions you hold on to, whatever you've got going on, it's going to be amplified. It's going to be intensified. That's just what energy does. When you add energy to a system, it changes the way the system functions. This is not just the energy of the air. It's the energy of everything is being affected and changed according to itself. What does that mean? It means if you're holding joy in your heart, then the energy coming in will increase your joy. If you're holding sadness and fear in your heart, then your sadness and fear will be increased. And at anywhere in that spectrum, even if you're holding on to a lot of negative emotions, at any point, you can shift your attention, because your attention acts like a gateway for energy to go where you put your attention. So you can take your attention off your sadness, off your fear, off your anger, and put it on new ideas, possibilities of joy, happiness, and keep your attention there, especially with these elevated energies that are going to be hitting us really particularly strong during the next 28 to 30 hours. It's going to be very strong here. So again, being of good spirit, meditate, keep your body properly hydrated, stay calm, go out and ground, do things that really elevate your energy to the affirmative and positive side and away from the lower vibrational negative side. Remember, whether you're good or not so good in terms of your emotional state, whatever you're holding in your heart is going to be amplified. So you can change that by where you focus. Good morning, everybody. Hi. Good morning. Well, hello, Betsy from Atlanta. Good to see you. Wonderful that you're here. Good morning. Yeah, let us know where you're from, everybody. So someone's saying, hi, William, can you ask Jesus, please? Since yesterday, I'm not feeling good. All world living. I see it as an illusion. Couldn't make any sense. Yeah. Again, this is not an error or a fault or a flaw in yourself personally. There's nothing wrong with you personally. Keep your attention inward. Focus on love. Focus on joy. Focus on the things that give your heart happiness. That will be increased. Whatever emotion you focus on, consciously or unconsciously, that is going to get amplified. So, it talks about this, about being fruitful and multiplying. The concept is about where you put your attention. It's not just about having babies. Whatever you put your attention on, especially with these increased ascension energies, is going to be amplified. If you're focusing on how meaningless the world is, then that feeling of meaningless is going to be amplified and increased by the incoming energies. Mental stability or mental instability will be increased. You have free will to go inside, quiet your mind down. He says this all the time: learn to quiet the seas. Keep the mind still. When the mind is like really noisy and loud, you can literally calm the seas of your own mind. You can literally just say, be still, be quiet, be peaceful. And then your stillness, your quiet, and the peacefulness will be amplified. But if you're like worried about things and frustrated about things, that's going to be amplified. So yeah, please make certain you do that. GG, CC, TT, MM. I know. It's a difficult concept for people to grasp, that there's energy coming into the planet that's influencing and affecting everyone and everything, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Everything is being amplified. Some call it, some mythologies call it the days of judgment, right? Where energies are coming in, and what is there shall be brought to the front, right? It doesn't matter what you call it. The reality is there energy that comes in that's affecting everybody, not some of us, everyone. Doesn't matter how deep into the ground you burrow. Some of these energies can go right through the earth. There is no escaping how you use your energy in these coming days. So really get aligned to that energy of peace, of joy, of love, of compassion, of kindness, right? If you're going to be into positions of control, authority, and power, then that will be amplified, and not in a good way. The increase of love is significantly more enjoyable than the increase of fear, right? Thank you for that question. Good morning. Hi, good morning, Tanya. Good to see you here too. Good morning. Hi, Megan. Hi. Good morning. Remember to share this live event with other people. Bring some other people. What are we talking about? We're talking about these incoming ascension energies. And it's just a live Friday Q&A. You got a question, ask a question. I'll channel the answer from whoever brings the answer to me. But this is our live Q&A, generally speaking. But I'm also being guided to say to you that it's really important that you keep your attention away from the energies of fear and more on the energies of love, as there's a huge influx of energy coming into the earth from our sun, which is receiving energy from the galactic center. These energies are altering, changing, and influencing consciousness physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. That's what we're talking about incoming ascension energies. That's what the subject is at the moment. But good morning, Joy. Good to have you here. Hi. Hello, Daniela. Good to see you. So yeah, so it's crying. How do you protect yourself daily from other people's energy, please? Glitter butterfly, that's a great question. You need to learn to realize, to differentiate your energy from other people. There are a lot of high-level empaths being born today. The woke generation, the ones that people call woke, that are confused and angry and raging and fighting and upset and hurt and harming people, they're highly empathic, and they have not been taught how to moderate their own energy. So they're picking up the energy of fear from the TV shows and radio. But the simplest way to begin to get your energy disentangled from the influences of other people is to first teach your body and your mind how to be still and quiet. Once your mind is still and quiet, that's when you can actually listen and observe, and you can actually tune into or pick up the thoughts and emotions of other people and realize, oh, that's not my thought. That's not my emotion. I'm receiving that from my mom, or I'm receiving that from my neighbor. I'm receiving that from that person over there. I'm receiving that from the television. You start to become really sensitive by getting your mind and body into a state of quiet, open receptivity, so that you're not subjective to whatever comes into your mind from the environment. But the breath, they keep telling me this again and again and again. Your physical breath, your ability to make your body breathe, is an immediate and direct way to assume complete autonomy over your body. The minute you direct the body to breathe, you are asserting your authority over your body, and teaching the body to breathe in a certain way will teach the body how to go into a certain state of energy. So if the body's upset or hyper excited or fearful, there's certain patterns of breathing that happen. And if you interrupt that pattern of breathing, you'll actually change the pattern of fear from fear to calm. And you can do that in a single breath. That's the simplest way they've taught me, is to literally use the breath to quiet and calm your body down. And another side effect of that is when you start getting the body to calm down, the mind, which is connected to your body, correspondingly begins to get quieter. And then you can turn to your mind as a second step and say to the mind, be still, be quiet, be peaceful, I am with you. You can actually talk to your mind like that. Be still, be quiet, be peaceful, I am with you. So you're now breathing the body slowly. And as the body calms and you're speaking to the mind in that fashion, be still, be calm, be peaceful. Don't use force, don't use anger, don't use rage towards your mind to get it quiet. Use calm, soothing internal tones of voice that will instruct your mind into a state of stillness, and likewise bring your body further into that. That's the simplest way to get detached from the projected emotions of other people as well, because when you get your mind and body quiet, they're not in resonance with the thoughts, emotions, and energies of other people the same way. So you have to be in resonance. You have to be in the same energy frequency. Like, you notice how people that are protesting are angry together, or they're happy together, or they're sad together, because energy has to be collectively engaged in order for it to be shared. And once you're in a state of peace, you won't resonate with that energy. You're going to look at it and you go, oh, that's not really good energy to be involved in. But that's the simplest way that I was taught. Oh, you're very welcome. Like, literally, slowly, deeply breathe. Your mind and your body. I'm glad it helps. Remember, your body is not who you are. Your thinking mind is not who you are. If you can remember these 2 points, that your body is an instrument that you use. Your mind is an instrument of information that you have, that you've been given by the world. And you, as awareness, can alter and change the thoughts and the emotions that are stimulated by the function of your mind. So you didn't come here to suffer. You came here to learn how to create. But yeah, we'll do this. Good morning, Puri. Good to see you. Good morning, Anne. Good morning, Mary. Mary's asking, why does our cat Toby switch and isolate himself? He eats, drinks, and uses the litter box normally. I'm getting, Mary, that you have to do a clearing of energy around the house. Do a clearing of energy around the house. I'm told you can literally take, if you've got like a dinner bell or some form of a bell that's a really clean tone, preferably like lead crystal makes a beautiful tone. But anything that makes a pure tone, and go around to each room and ring that tone and let the vibration of the tone reset the frequency of energy in the room. You know, monks and mystics will often do toning where they make sounds like Om. They can make tones, and they can shift the energy of time and space by the nature and quality of the tone they use. And I'm being told to tell you that that's what's happening. The energy in your living spaces needs to be reset. Animals are very sensitive to emotional frequencies. Animals are very sensitive to emotional frequencies. When you change the emotional frequency in your home, your cat's behavior will change almost immediately. Like, you can even do it right now. You can go around and start making your favorite sound. If it's whatever that favorite sound is, but a tone that gives you joy, make that tone, a tone that is pure and clear, and do that tone in every single room of your house, top to bottom. Don't miss any room. Don't miss a closet. Every single room of your house. Remember, sound organizes matter, just like emotion organizes matter in different ways. Sound you make with your body, emotion you make with your consciousness. The emotion you make with your consciousness organizes the function of your body. Isn't that cool? That your emotion organizes what your body's going to do. Right. Thanks for that question. Really appreciate it, Mary. Yeah. Question from Diane asking, what was the mist that I could wipe away from objects without feeling it? Yes, I know all these dimensional things happening, right? There's all these dimensional energies crossing over. We're seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing things on different frequencies. So it becomes really important. Again, that's the crossover barrier between this dimension and another dimension. I'm being told to tell you to sit down and observe the mist and ask the mist to reveal to you what you need to see. Ask the mist to reveal to you what you need to see. And just watch the mist. Just watch it. Don't try to stare at her or make anything happen. Just think to it telepathically. Reveal to me what I need to see. Because the mist is trying to reveal something to you from another realm of information. A lot of that going on, dimensional crossover happening right now. There's about 11 different dimensions intersecting with this one right now. Oh, you're welcome, Mary. Someone's saying, why does my newly born baby keep giggling and bubbling to a picture of her grandparents who passed on? Because they're making funny faces at her beside them. They love her so much. You got to really get it's not the picture. She's laughing because the picture's there and they're around her making faces that she can see. Because little babies don't have the conditioning of the environment sufficiently enough so that they're cut off from seeing different realms of consciousness. People don't cease to exist. They leave the physical dimension, but they don't cease to exist. So yeah, she's seeing her grandparents right now, right? So yeah, you can sit down if you want while she's doing that and feel what she's feeling. You can actually feel the joy that they're transmitting to her. That's why she's laughing, because the funny faces they're making, the sounds they're making, that she can hear because she's still got clairvoyance and clairaudience, and they're not shut down. Most people that are born have all 9 senses intact: sight, sound, touch, taste, smell, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. And little babies have those things are perfectly intact, so they can see and hear many dimensions of information, not just what their eyes see and their ears hear. Babies, young people can often see dimensions without having a physical reference point. They see with eyes that are inner eyes. They hear with ears that are inner ears. It's talked about quite often, being able to see without eyes and hear without ears, and your baby's doing that. So wonderful. Your grandparents love her so much. Yes. They're hoping that you'll recognize them now that you're aware of this information. They're hoping that you'll start to recognize and feel their presence, because they love you too, right? They want you to feel that as well. The joy that they feel is also the joy they want to transmit to you as well. So have fun with that. It's really beautiful. Of which ray am I? Sufi's asking, of which ray I am. Again, because of the energies that are happening on the planet, right? And I get for you, it's a white and gold light, a very strong white and gold light that works through your mind and body system. Your consciousness is of that light. But understand, white, when it passes through a medium of matter, can fracture into many different colors, many different rays. So you're not just one ray. You're here to bring a diversity of frequency of consciousness to other people through the work that you do, right? You imbue the work that you do with different energies. Question from Blaine. Are we on an Earth mission? And if yes, how do we know our individual role? Today I felt the planet was overwhelmingly hopeless, which is bad. This is a really important thing, Blaine. Blaine is bringing up for all of us. There are incoming energies on the planet right now. It's happening right this second, the next 30 or so hours, very powerful. Whatever we hold as individually and collectively is going to be amplified. If you perceive the energy of hopelessness, then project the energy of love into the hopelessness. If you perceive hopelessness in the world, project the energy of your love into that hopelessness and change the frequency. You're being assisted by these incoming energies, because whatever you hold in your heart, in your mind, is being amplified as well. So if you're getting caught up in the hopelessness, then you're going to be adding to it. So you want to move into the vibration of love and project your love to the hopelessness. The projection of the frequency of love into something like hopelessness will alter and change its frequency. So you'll actually shift the energy of hopelessness from the spectrum of hopelessness to some degree towards love. And that's why we're saying these ascension energies are affecting everyone on the planet, no matter who you are, where you are, how much money you have or don't have, whatever your beliefs or ideologies are. Whatever you hold in your mind and heart right now is going to be amplified. If you're going to hold anything in your heart, make certain it's love and compassion and kindness and truth and wisdom and knowledge. Hold those in your heart, and that you will give more life to in the world. Or if you want to hold your anger and your fear and your judgment, then you will amplify that in the world, not only for others, but for yourself. Because it's what you hold in your heart that affects you first. If you have anger in your heart, your body will be affected by that anger first. If you hold joy in your heart, your body will be affected by that emotion first. So it's what you hold in your heart that's most important. And what you project into the world will influence it right now. And there's a higher likelihood we can shift human collective unconsciousness from fear to love during these high energy peaks, these transmissions of energy that are coming from the galactic center to our central sun, the sun that gives us the illumination of this earth, and how we receive, integrate, and project that energy. Really important, really, really important. But yeah, this is our Friday Q&A. Yeah, you'll feel more and more of that energy. Grand Risings, William, what's the best way to discipline our 9-month-old son, Michaelo, away from electricity, hot oven, instead of our family saying we need to spank? This is a great question. Children, everybody's telling them to stay away. You have to understand, young children are telepathic. I'm going to say that again. Young children are very telepathic. So when everybody's thinking, don't touch that plug, don't touch that wire, he doesn't hear the don't because he doesn't understand the language yet, okay? But he sees the pictures in your minds of him touching what he shouldn't touch. And to a child that receives a picture that you have in your mind of them doing something, they think you're asking them to do it. So when you think about your son, hold the picture of him going back from the electricity. See that in your mind, like see him pulling back from it. But I'm also being told that he's got the same inclinations towards electrical energy that Nikola Tesla had. So his higher self has a strong predilection to understand, know, and work with electrical energy. I would highly encourage you to get some little tiny electrical toys for him that he can explore and experiment with, so that his higher self can begin to integrate that. But that's why he's reacting to electricity, not because he's doing something wrong or bad. He's seeing everybody's ideas in their mind that he keeps doing this, and he reads their pictures. Young children read the pictures that parents hold in their mind as requests for them to do. That's why when you say, don't touch that, and they touch it, it's not because they're disobeying you. They see the picture you have in your mind of them touching it, and they think, oh, I understand that. And they understand the image, but they don't understand the language. So they can't respond to the language of don't touch. That comes later on when they learn language. In the beginning, children understand images. So be mindful of what images you hold in your mind around your children. That's a great question, Sarah. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, every parent should know that. Every teacher and every teacher should know this. Every school teacher should know this. So for those of us that have mediumship, are we meant to help others with their path? Not necessarily. Again, I've been guided to the path I've been guided to because that's what I've been guided to. Talk to your guides, talk to your angels. Notice if you feel drawn to assist other people. You might not be. You might be drawn to bring a new invention into the world or a new philosophy that could elevate humanity to a new state. But you have a reason and a purpose. If you're a medium and you're getting guidance and information, there's a reason for it. And also remember that your guidance and your information that you receive can only flow through the energy that you hold. If you hold a lot of anger and fear and frustration in you, then that guidance will pull that kind of motivation in. If you're leaning towards love and joy, compassion, patience, playfulness, then you'll bring energy that is going to work in that way, right? But everybody has the capacity to interface with different levels of information and consciousness. Everybody has the ability to interface with different levels of information and consciousness, from the lowest vibrations of anger, rage, guilt, shame, fear, to the highest vibrations of love, compassion, kindness, peace, bliss. Every single soul has the capacity to access different realms of information if they so learn how to open up those internal senses that often get shut down through childhood, right? Like that woman who's talking about her child playing with electricity, and she can verify that. Where is she hiding this? Is it Sarah Maria? Can you verify can you verify for us right now and the people watching that oftentimes when you see your son about to play with electrical wiring and stuff, you're thinking, don't touch that. And the people around him are thinking the same thing, and they're sending an image to him. Can you verify that? Because it shows you that children receive images. In the beginning, everybody has clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, non-physical faculties for perceiving information on different realms other than the realm of sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell, which lets you comprehend and apprehend the physical dimension. These other senses allow you to comprehend and apprehend the non-physical dimensions of thought, emotion, energy, right? In different ways. But Maria can verify that for us. Or Sarah can verify that for us. Thank you so much. Hi, guys. Should I take your mediumship course? Absolutely. Most definitely take our mediumship course. It's our first level program is called Awakening, and it's an introductory course to begin the process of reawakening clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance, which were shut down by the environment that ensconced you in the belief that you were just a body and that the only real world is external to yourself: sight, sound, touch, sense, and smell. And as you got more decentralized from within yourself and more centralized to the worldview, you got disconnected from those internal faculties of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. And you want to reconnect to those inner senses so that you're not just operating on what you know from the world has taught you. That's why most people are suffering today, because they believe that all they know is all they know from the world. No, you have access to realms of information far beyond what anything the world can teach you. But you have to open up those pathways of information that are internal to you, not external to the world. But yeah, of course you should take it. And our second level course, of course, is called pardon me. Yes. So you want to make certain that you turn around and jump in that course. We are in our second level program, which is literally about releasing past dense emotions, letting go of your past emotions. Yeah. Yes, 102. And then we got 103, which is creation, and 104, which is transcendence. Sorry, somebody came in and said something. Someone's saying, do not turn to mediums or necromancers. Do not seek them out, and so make yourselves. So listen, I want to say something to you, Steph. Jesus Christ is a medium. John the Baptist is a medium. They are mediums. They speak with the divine, who's not visible to anybody, but they can see it, not physical. So I would rephrase your statement. Be mindful of the mediums that you are going to connect to. Make certain that their function is of love, of truth, of compassion, of wisdom. Many of your so-called religions have loaned themselves to make you afraid of these other realms of information, that if you were to avail yourself of them, you could connect more to Jesus, to Buddha, to John the Baptist, to archangels, to God himself. You can connect to all of these different levels of information. What do you think mediumship is? So yeah, think that one over again. Be mindful of the mediums you connect to, because there are mediums that are channeling low vibrational energies, and there are mediums that are channeling higher vibrational energies. Master Jesus happens to channel the divine. John the Baptist channeled the divine. Buddha channeled the divine. Yogananda channeled the divine. Hitler channeled the devil. Genghis Khan channeled the devil. So there is good and there is evil. There are good mediums and there are not so good mediums. So before you make a blanket statement like this, think it through a little bit more, okay? Because Jesus was a medium, whether you know it or not. I love it. Right? Okay. Goodbye. You received your wisdom. Okay, I'm just turning on a new feature I didn't know I have. Okay, we'll just do that for now. Turn it on. There we go. Goodbye, Steph. Yeah, you learn to. There is good and evil in this world, and there are beings on this planet. There are devils in this world right now, coming through people like Klaus Schwab's, and many of the world leaders are channeling evil. Bill Gates, many beings channeling darkness and evil, and there are beings that are also channeling light and truth and wisdom and love and compassion and liberation and freedom, right? Liberation. That's what we're in right now. We're right in the middle of our 102 liberation course. Dana's asking, hi Dana, why bad things continually happen to me? I am kind and loving with friends and family. It's not because there's anything wrong with you, Dana. I'm being told to tell you, in your unconscious emotional field, you are holding the belief and the idea that you've done something wrong. In your subconscious emotional field, you are holding on to a belief and an energy that you've done something wrong. And the way you just asked this question reveals that truth to us. So take a moment right now, look inside yourself. Close your eyes. Like Dana, if you're listening, close your eyes. Close your eyes, take a deep breath and relax and turn inside. Turn inside yourself to that part that is thinking something's wrong with you. Turn your attention to the part that feels something's wrong with you. Turn your attention to it with your eyes closed and speak these words or think these words to that part of yourself that you think that feels like something's wrong. And turn to it and speak these words or think these words to it. I'm with you. I love you, and I will take care of you because you've done nothing wrong. Communicate those thoughts. I'm with you. I love you, and I will take care of you because you've never done anything wrong. Just communicate that to it and watch what happens to the way that part feels inside. Remember, the nature and quality of your thoughts formulate and construct specific structures of emotional energy that will impact what happens within you and what happens around you. When you change emotion inside, you will affect and change what is around you. You change thinking, you'll change the quality of emotion that those thoughts generate. And you have a free will. You can generate and change those emotions at any time. At any time. Hi, guys. Hi there, Steph. Confirm. Oh, okay, there we go. So I just had to block somebody out there. Amazing way to put it. Yeah, it is really simple. They keep telling me that humanity right now is in a transition between fear and love. That every single human on this planet, doesn't matter how wealthy or poor they are, every single human is living in a spectrum of energy. One spectrum called fear and the other spectrum called love, and everything that goes between those two. And somewhere, every single soul in this physical dimension is somewhere on that spectrum. And they tell me that anybody can change where they are on the spectrum. Someone can be in a deep place of despair, and they have the capacity through the use of their free will to shift their energy from fear to love. And humanity as a collective is more towards right now the vibration of fear than it is towards the vibration of love, which is why wars are breaking out, which is why some of the horrible things that have happened in the last 2.5 years with governments and corporations and their greed forcing them to do things that they would not normally do to even their own children. But that's happened. The energy of fear causes very specific behaviors in everyone. The energies of love cause very specific behaviors in everyone. Having the ability to know that you can choose whether or not you're going to be an expression of fear or an expression of love, and realizing I can change the energy that my mind and body are in. When you come to that knowledge and understanding, you can participate in shifting human collective unconsciousness from fear to love. Right now, we're more towards fear than we are towards love. And this is not a good thing, because previous civilizations like Atlantis, Lemuria, Mu, Eden, many of these previous civilizations, which had reached quite significant levels of technological wonder and evolution, fell because their energies likewise got caught up more in fear than in love. Fear organizes conditions of matter, time, and space very differently than does the function of love. You know, if you think about times you felt upset, your body physically reacts. If you're in a state of joy, your body physically reacts. Emotions, my guardian angel John keeps telling me this, emotions organize all conditions of matter. the emotion of love, the emotion of fear. These are organizing your experiences. William tells me that all the time. Be very mindful of what emotions you're going to choose to give attention to, because they're going to organize your health. They're going to organize your wealth. They're going to organize your joy. They're going to organize your sorrow. Emotions organize our experiences. And you get to change and create emotion by the nature and quality of the thoughts and ideas that you hold in your mind, right? They keep telling me this is where we are right now. The judgment day is that whole story about the judgment day is that process now where we have the chance to evaluate if we are going to serve fear or are we going to serve love. And each will have its own outcome. The outcomes of love and the outcomes of fear are very different, but everybody knows them. And it's the simple truth. Isn't that beautiful? Someone saying, I feel refreshed and at peace while speaking with my angels. Is this a sign of a good connection? Absolutely. If you're connecting to higher vibrational energies, your energy is going to go up. If you're connecting to lower vibrational energies, it's very easy to see people walking around with anger, scowls on it. They're in lower vibrational energies. People that are angry and frustrated, they're in lower vibrational energies. People that are perpetuating medical tyranny on people, they're coming from an energy of darkness and fear. People that are stealing and taking your resources and your money and your time, they're of a lower vibrational energy. People that give to your life, make your life improve, enhance the quality and nature of it, they're functioning from a vibration of love. By your fruits, you shall know them. By their fruits, you shall know them. What is it they're doing? What are the results of what their actions are upon the world? Do they elevate things up? Do they tear things down? You can know very easily if somebody's coming from a higher vibrational energy or a lower vibrational energy. My guides, my angels, the ascended masters, Jesus, Buddha, all of them, they're at a very high vibrational spectrum of love. Individuals like we've already mentioned are of a lower vibration. And if you understand how energy works, you can actually transmute a lower vibration with love. You can actually take a person who's in a deep despair, and if you can transmit so much love towards them, you can shift their energy from fear to love. You can literally do that. It's really a very fascinating thing. So I'm really happy that you're connecting your guides and angels. Someone's saying, I used to be able to channel. Why am I disconnected right now? It's not that you're disconnected. It's just that you've gotten connected to other energies that keep you in the illusion. A lot of people right now, they're transmitting signals through technology. Through technologies like this, they can transmit frequencies that can dampen and inhibit your psychic capacities. Make certain you turn your technology off before you go to sleep. Don't sleep with it on. But if you want to reopen those abilities, those channels, get into a state of love. Get into a state of love. Like sit down, and for whatever that love feeling is for you, like go into it, relax, breathe, and then ask to receive information from that vibration of love. Because your nature, I'm being told to tell you, it's not your nature to be transmitting lower vibrational energies. So the door has been closed to that. You must open the other door to love. Open the frequency of love so you can receive information from that frequency, right? Liberation from ourselves. Yeah, not liberation from ourselves. It's liberation from our minds, the minds that we've been given by the world. The world is the personality, the person you think you are right now, the person you think you are, 95% of it was made up by the world. The name you have, where you live, what you think about yourself, most of that was made up by the world, and you didn't have much decision in that process. If you were awakened sufficiently enough as a child, you were fortunate enough to have parents that taught you to evaluate and think and reason about why you think the way you think or why you feel the way you feel. Parents who taught you to self-reflect. You can break free of the conditioning of the environment. But remember, the global political machinations, that is the global political system right now, is coordinating itself to take children into the system before children and their parents can teach them anything. So then now the school systems around the world are trying to get your children younger so they can remove or reduce the chance of any free thinkers evolving themselves from the muck of the authoritarian rules that we're dealing with on this planet right now. Master Jesus dealt with the same thing 2,000 years ago, right? The Christian movement dealt with the same phenomena at that time as well. So there's a lot of people that have a vested interest in you not being able to use your spiritual senses to connect to God, to connect to the angels, to connect to the ascended masters. A lot of people don't want you doing that because it threatens their paradigm of control and of power. Yeah, I'm just going through. You're very welcome, Diana. So I'm just got a lot of questions, guy. Question from Lauren. Hi, Lauren. Hello, William. What is the truth behind the sun and sunburn? How do we avoid sunburn without using sunscreen so we may absorb the light codes and enjoy the sun? Wow, Lauren, that's a great question. I had that question answered myself over the summer in Prince Edward County in near Toronto. I was told by my guardian angel, because the sun was really, really hot. At that time, I was building a deck. We were building a deck, and we were preparing some other things, and it was really, really hot. And then I was, putting on shirt to protect it. I don't wear sunscreen. I just don't wear it because I know the body needs to receive a certain amount of light from the sun every day. And my guardian angel John said, offer no resistance to the sun, but offer your love. He said, take your shirt off and start to work. When you feel the heat of the sun, go into gratitude and grace for what it's giving you. And I did. And without a word of a lie, for the next 2 weeks, while I worked on this deck, I wore no shirt, and the sun was beating down every day for hours. And so for 4 or 5 hours a day, I was working in the hot sun. And anytime I felt the discomfort of it, I would thank the sun. I'd be grateful for it. And I was also told to drink additional water. Anytime that I felt that moment where I felt too warm, to drink additional water. And you can ask my wife. She literally watched me work out in the sun for hours upon hours upon hours every day over a 2-week period. So there is a way to reduce your resistance to the energy of the sun. Because a lot of people got concepts that the sun is bad, it's going to hurt you. And so what's it going to do? It's going to be bad, it's going to hurt you. As you believe, so it shall be. But again, you might want to acclimatize yourself slowly. I was just told to jump right in by my guardian angel John, and I did that. And again, I'm not seriously burned I didn't have any redness, nothing like that. Again, so many of you have been taught to believe that the sun, the air are bad. There's something poison in the air, better wear a mask. Oh, the sun is dangerous, better put something. These are the things that give us life. Who in God's name would dare think that which gives you life is bad for you? But what you believe, so it shall be. If you believe the sun is bad for you, it will be bad for you. If you believe the sun is the most beautiful, wonderful, life-giving substance in creation for this earth, then it will be affecting you accordingly. According to your store, so it shall be. What you believe, so it shall be. But that's what I learned this summer, Lauren, from my guardian angel John. You might get different guidance. You might be asked to do it for 10 minutes a day. I don't know. But you'll have to get to know the sun through your own immediate connection to it. Like really get into it. Think about it. The sun, right now, the sun is transmitting DNA codes right now. Genetically, the whole planetary system is being altered. Genetically, the entire planetary system is being reorganized today and tomorrow and every day, especially these next 30 hours. It's going to be particularly intense, this reorganization of energy. So whenever you hear about solar flares and things like that, that's an amplification of a transmission of energy to the planet. It doesn't matter whether you call it cosmic rays or photon, electron flux or proton flux or whatever you want to call it, whatever the scientific terms are for the gamma radiation, cosmic radiation, ultraviolet rays. These are energies that transform and transmute consciousness and energy in a physical form. Thank you so much. Yeah. Jenny Justice is asking, Jenny Justice 7, that's a cool handle. I wake in different states in the morning based on my dreams. What is happening while I'm sleeping? Thank you. You need to awaken in your sleep to know what your mind cannot tell you. What happens to a lot of people when they leave their body at night, when you put the body into a deep state of rest and you leave your body, you also leave the familiar reference point that you have for identifying and recognizing what your experience is. Most people are conditioned to believe that what I see, smell, touch, taste, and hear is the only reality. So when you put your body to sleep at night, you're not in it anymore. So you as an awareness perceive information not through the 5 physical senses, but you perceive and receive information through clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, without physical eyes, without physical ears, without physical body, without physical comprehension. You're a non-physical awareness. You need to learn to stay awake while the body goes to sleep. The practice of meditation is a conscious and deliberate way to learn to do this. But if you want to learn, Jenny, before you go to sleep, put your body to sleep each night, just say, I'm going to choose to be awake while my body sleeps. Make that thought, repeat that thought. I'm going to choose to stay awake while my body sleeps. And then you'll start to experience the awakening, where you start to perceive not as sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell, although you'll have the phenomena, the appearance of sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell, because these non-physical faculties correspond to the physical ones. The physical ones just let you comprehend this world. The non-physical faculties allow you to comprehend the other realms of information that are not physical, right? It's where you can see your long-lost relatives. You can meet the ascended masters, your guardian angels in the non-physical realms, because most of them don't come into the physical form right now. There are a handful that are coming in right now because of what's going on. Someone's saying, you might have done something wrong, but is it really your fault? Never hold on to the energy. Yes, that's correct. Don't hold on to negative energy. Let it go. That's right. Fear. So the power needs our energy to be very afraid. That's right. The minute you give attention to anger, you actually immediately add your life energy to it. Wherever you put your attention, you add life energy. If you put your attention on your anger, like, oh, that person, look what they just cut me off. Now you've added energy to anger. That anger gets a bit of energy, and suddenly you find yourself getting angrier. The minute you keep your attention on any emotional quality, your attention immediately amplifies that emotional quality, because your consciousness is pure energy. And wherever you put your attention, you're putting pure energy. So you can literally get upset or angry, pull your attention away from it, and keep your attention away from it. And the vibration of anger will immediately drop down because you're not feeding it anymore. Right? Emotion flows where attention goes. Energy flows where attention goes. Yeah, good for you, Lulu. Good for you. Can you repeat the mantra? I want to use my 4-year-old son, CBT. Yeah, well, again, the statement, there are many mantras they've given me. They've given me many different mantras that we share on the show quite regularly. So I'm not certain what you are referring to. And if you're talking about a 4-year-old child, what mantras would you want to give to your child but love? What other mantra would you want to give to your child than love? Remember, children are not born evil, but the environmental conditions into which they can be exposed may have certain qualities of energy that can lean them one way or another, consciously or unconsciously. If you're going to have any connection with your 4-year-old, just let it be of love. I'm with you. I love you. I will always cherish you. But then your words must match your actions. When you think a thought to your child, they'll feel the energy of that thought. And then your actions must be congruent with the thought. So if you say, I love you, I honor you, I cherish you, and then 5 minutes later you're spanking your child, you're going to confuse your child. Right? Children don't need to be spanked if you understand how telepathy works, how between ages 0 and about age 6, children are more telepathic at that point in their life, and it can be nurtured and developed and cultivated further if you want. But what you think and what you feel affects your children. It becomes instruction to them. Even if you don't say a word, but you feel frustrated, they'll feel the energy. They think, then they'll learn, oh, that's the energy for this situation. Children learn by what you're being, by what you're thinking, by what you're feeling, by what you're holding in your mind. They don't just learn from the 5 physical senses. They learn from energy too, right? But yeah, I'm with you. I love you. I'll always take care of you. It's a really good mantra. What does it mean if you see ghosts? Is it a bad sign? No, Mercy, it's not a bad sign if you're seeing ghosts. Again, the nature and quality, there are about 11 different dimensions intersecting with this biological one, right? And so people are seeing and hearing phenomena and not understanding it. You want to connect to the energy of non-physical beings in a state of love. Think of the emotion that you're in as like a radio frequency. I've got a radio in front of me right now. Okay, let's pretend I've got a radio right up there. So I turn the radio to my favorite station. It might be 107.3, it could be 99.9, 93.1. Doesn't matter what the frequency is. Once I turn that frequency of this radio to that station, I get that station. The emotional state you are in is like changing that dial on the radio. It changes the frequency. If you want to connect to your guides and your angels, do so through a frequency of love, a frequency of kindness, of gentleness, of compassion, because that's the frequency of beings or energies that you'll connect to. So Master Jesus works on a frequency of love. When you're in a state of love and grace, you're likely to connect to beings on that frequency. If you're in a state of frustration, upset, you will connect to and be influenced by beings of that frequency. There's nothing wrong with you, any of you. It's just understanding that you can change and alter the emotional frequency that you're holding in your consciousness. That will change the people, the events, and circumstances, both physical and non-physical, that you connect to. The lower vibrational entities that a lot of people are dealing with on the planet right now, that are making people being vicious and mean and racist and judgmental. These lower vibrational entities are on that. They tune in. Once you tune into fear or anger or judgment of a negative kind, you tune into or go into resonance with that frequency. So you'll connect to beings or energies on that level of consciousness, and they can influence you. Someone was on the show earlier talking about, be careful about be careful about mediums. Be careful about the quality of the medium. If a medium is on a low vibrational energy, they're going to bring low vibrational information through. If they're on a higher vibrational energy of love and compassion and kindness, they'll bring that energy through. And that's true for every single living soul. The vibrational emotional state that you're most dominantly attached to is going to determine the beings on all dimensions that you're going to connect to. And a lot of people are connecting to fear and anger and judgment. So they're attracting these lower vibrational entities. They're creating great movements. You can see how many demons are on the planet right now by looking at the aggressiveness that's going on in the Ukraine and Russia and the Middle East. These are all demonic entities influencing large numbers of people to perpetuate more suffering, because it increases the frequency of suffering and it attracts more demonic energies. The opposite can be done as well. In a state of love and grace, a function of love, then the opposite can manifest as well. And unfortunately, the demons are getting into such a position that it's becoming a physical confrontation. So what you're seeing literally is a physical confrontation between good and evil unfolding on the planet, that's perpetuated by manipulation and control of a few over the many. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to go off like that, guys, but it was just the way that flowed through. Someone's asking, how can I know the difference between when I'm just running and when it's time for what's next? I'm going to, by the energy you're in. If you're in a feeling of joy, if you're in a feeling of calm, if you're in a feeling of peace, then certain eventualities are going to unfold from you and around you. If you're feeling anxiousness, nervousness, fear, then certain eventualities are going to unfold within you and around you. Different emotional energies precipitate the conditions that you find yourself in. If you're holding on to a lot of fear and anger over a sustained period, then your life is going to appear a fearful, angry, frustrating experience. But if you can hold and sustain a vibrational energy of love and compassion, peace, joy, calm, excitement, playfulness, then the conditions of your life will begin to alter and change to match that frequency. Emotion organizes all matter. Emotion organizes all matter. So you must learn to be mindful of what emotions you're going to choose to align your attention to, right? Let go of my ego. I love that name. Thank you so much. Yes, that's correct. Yes, that's correct. Let go of what does not serve you. Someone's saying, I have an issue right now. Where do you feel that issue in your body? Because if you've got an issue in your life right now, then there's somewhere in your body you're holding it. If you've got an issue in your life, you're holding the energy for that issue in your body. Somewhere in your body, the issues of your life are held in your body. When you can release the energy of that issue from the body, you'll also disconnect from it in the real world. When you can release that energy from within the body, you'll disconnect from it in the world as well. Right. Yes, that's correct. Thank you, Kelly. Me, other people are jumping on. You guys are great. Someone saying, I've connected to a person. This person believes I'm her soulmate. How do I alter that? You need to have a conversation with her higher self. Like, sit down in privacy and lovingly, not if you have any anger or resentment or frustration, then you're going to perpetuate what you don't want. So connect to her higher self and say, I love and respect and appreciate your love from this dimension. But in this dimension, I'm going to manifest and experience a different. Be honest. Be honest with that individual. But talk to the higher self and say, be honest. I'm looking for something different as an experience in this dimension. But talk to their higher self or talk to them directly and say, listen, I really like you, but I just want to be friends. Be honest. Be honest. They'll find their soulmate. You got to be careful. If you believe that one person is your soulmate, you could get yourself into a bit of hot water. But you have a soulmate. Don't be surprised. You have a soulmate. Everybody does if they're open and receptive to experiencing it. But it's not a physical thing. It's a spiritual energy. Yes, I understand. Thank you. Oh, am I at that point now? Yes, we are. Okay, let's just take a quick peek here. I'm sorry, guys. I just got to check something really quick. And I'll get to this. Perfect. Okay, we still have a bit of time left. I got time for a few more questions, guys. Somebody's saying, my dearest friend Wanda lost her lover Tom. Is there a message from him I can give to her? Thank you so much. Kelly, I'm being told that he's not lost, but he's actually returned back into a form. He's returned in another form. He's not lost. She has to relinquish the belief that he is lost in order for him to be found in this dimension again. She has to relinquish the belief that he's lost so that she can reconnect to him in this dimension. He's not in the same body anymore. He doesn't know himself as Tom anymore, but he still exists in this dimension now. He's come back in. And again, if she releases the idea that he's lost, she will reconnect with him. Okay? Wow, thank you, Kelly. Someone's saying lots of low vibe people seem to take success. Why? Oh, don't confuse great wealth with success. Don't confuse great wealth with success. These beings have sold their souls, and there is a price they are going to pay. You cannot escape the effects of your own causes. And the people that have been harmed because of their greed, the people that have been harmed because of their beliefs and ideas, they shall reap what they sow. You cannot escape the effects of your own causes. Doesn't matter what sort of rituals or demonic behavior you go into, you cannot escape the effects of your own causes. You can't. You can't. Doesn't matter how wealthy or powerful you become, whether or not you can push a button and destroy a town or a village or a city or have somebody murdered, you will reap the effects of your own causes. Of that, you can be 100% sure. So let your function of love replace your function of fear, and you might yet be redeemed from your own darkness, right? You know who I'm speaking to, right? The dark ones that are out there that are doing what they're doing, the ones that are stealing your money, stealing your children, creating wars, causing physical atrocities through the so-called healing systems of medical health. There's more suffering caused by under the banner of health than there is by the practices of health in natural medicines, right? Anyway, sorry, I got a bit personal there. Thank you so much. Okay, Corey's asking, I was wondering from my ancestors if I did the correct thing of asking my former friend to move out. Yes, you did. You absolutely did. Um, yeah, it's nice to get guidance, and sometimes it can be a little scary following what your guidance can tell you to do. You know, Master Jesus, when he first time he had to give his body up to understand the truth of his source, to unite with God, to the degree and extent that Christ has become one with God, he had to sacrifice his body, not for our sins. He had to sacrifice his body to realize his connection to God, that his body and his life were not dependent on flesh, but on spirit. And many of the ascended masters, the yogis, the rishis, have come to that realization that the Godhead is not dependent upon your body. It's dependent upon your connection to it, right? But yeah, very fascinating thing, learning to listen to your ancestors and their guidance. Yeah, the sun charges you the way it is. I think of it. That's correct. That's a good way to think about it. How do we know if it affects us? I know it's whenever listen, AJ. Thank you so much for that question. AJ's here's the question. AJ's saying, how do I know it affects us? I want to believe, but it feels silly somehow. 90 to 95% of what you think you know is not yours. 90 to 95% of what you think you know isn't even yours. Not even the name you have is yours. The name that you were given by the world, you didn't choose that name. It was given to you. Most of what you believe about yourself was given to you by the environment. School, television, radio, parents, friends, family, the environment overlaid a personality on your consciousness. And that personality has information in it that may or may not be correct or true. When you come to the position where you begin to evaluate the personality that you have, that's called awakening. When you begin to say, are these thoughts, are these ideas, are these beliefs really true? What I know, are they really true? Then you go on, that's called the awakening. And then you go on the journey of what thoughts do I want to have? And then you start to build your own personality that becomes independent and separate from the world view that you've been given by the world. And that process of evaluating what's true and what is false does not have to be a very arduous and difficult journey. There's a simple benchmark that you can follow. Is what I'm thinking, feeling, or believing a function of love or a function of fear? If you ask yourself that question, the process of reconstructing your personality to suit the creative process you wish to experience in this world, love or fear, you can only choose love or fear. That question is what I'm thinking, feeling, or believing a function of love or fear? Is what I'm thinking, feeling, or believing, or doing a function of love or fear? Is what I'm thinking, feeling, believing, or doing, is it a function of love or fear? If it's a function of fear, stop doing it. Stop thinking it. If it's a function of love, do more of it. But those two questions, if you ask yourself when you have a thought, is this thought of love or fear? It's pretty easy from that point to sort the wheat out from the chaff. That's when you can start saying, oh, I was taught that black people are bad. That's not a thought of love. That's a thought of fear. I was taught that everyone is beautiful. That's a thought of love, not fear. You learn to recognize thoughts that you've been given and evaluate them on that principle. Is it love or is it fear? Is the sun love or is the sun fear? Is sunlight love or is the sunlight fear? Look at all the life on the planet. Without sunlight, there'd be no life on this planet as we know it right now. There'd be life on the planet, but it wouldn't be as we know it now. So you can define the sun as a function of love or a function of fear. You can define the air as a function of love or a function of fear. You can define every thought, every action, every word, every deed that you see, experience, or express. It's either love or fear. It's clearly that simple. The idea that everything's so confusing is only confusing because you're not having a guidepost or a set of rules that allows you to organize your thoughts and beliefs and ideas and actions. Then there's only those two, folks. Are you of love? Are your thoughts of love? Are your actions of love? Are your words of love? Are the actions, thoughts, and words of others of love or fear? By their fruits you shall know them. So if you want to begin to remake your mind and your world into something really beautiful, use that question. Are these thoughts of love and fear? If they're not of love, I'm not going to indulge in that. If this action is not a loving action, I'm not going to indulge in that. And you come to this place of realization that the function of love is the way to life. The function of fear is the way to death. Or as some Christian mythology says, the wages of sin, which is fear, is death. The wages of fear is death, right? So you can evaluate your whole personality. You can literally rebuild your personality into an image and likeness of love or an image and likeness of fear, right? So very beautiful. Thank you for that question. Let Go My Ego is asking, do you know what energy is being held in my body that is keeping me sick? Let me tune into that. Wow, this has been not, again, I'm being shown like something that's got you in its like a crocodile. I mean, this is the image I'm getting, okay? It's something that's holding you. I get it, something in the liver, but the image I'm getting is like a crocodile holding you in place, trying to drag you into the water. This is what's going on. This is the metaphor I'm getting, tuning into your energy. And if you can access that metaphor, then sense, if you can see that metaphor in your own mind's eye of this crocodile holding onto your liver, I want you to communicate these words to that image. I release you with love and grace. To that image, that sensation in the liver, I release you with love and grace. Make certain that the tonality, the tone of voice you're thinking or speaking those words in, sound sincere. Direct it very specifically at that image. I release you with love and grace. And just gently repeat those words, and you'll start to feel the shift in the energy of the sickness almost immediately. But make certain that the internal tone of the words is sincere. I release you with love and grace. And just repeat those words very sincerely. Go deeper into the feeling of sincerity. You'll feel the energy of sickness almost immediately begin to release from your body. And please share your experience as you do that right now. Do that. And after you've done it for a few minutes, share your experience with us. Okay? Thank you so much. Yeah, got that. Sorry. Good morning, Ian. Good to see you, brother. Someone saying, how can I not care about what others think of me? Oh, that's a great question. Miss Pendulum. What a perfect name for that question. Again, what was just said a few moments ago, what my guardian angel John just said to you a few moments ago about the way to reshape your personality is ask yourself the question, is this thought? Is this feeling? Is this action? Are these words of love or fear? Again, the need to realize your own value is important for you. You got somebody coming in for me to tell you this. The need to see your own value is very important right now. You can begin to establish your value by focusing more exclusively on the things that give you joy when you do them. The art that you do, put your love into your art. Let your value be established by what you are doing, thinking, and being right now. Pull your attention away from others. Put it upon yourself in the act of doing that which is a function of your love. Yes. The person's name I'm getting is Jessica. That's being named Jessica is communicating that thought form to you. So I hope you received that. Receive that thought form from them. Thank you, Miss Pendulum. Hi, guys. Hi. Thank you so much for the badges and gifts. AJ, yes, but what can you do when these trauma feelings come up? Don't we need to feel them and process? AJ, this is a great question. AJ is asking this question. When these feelings of trauma come up, like if you've been abused or you've had a bad accident or something's happened that's been really traumatic for you, and you remember it with great pain and fearfulness, as awareness, okay? The moment you're aware of a traumatic feeling, pause. The traumatic feeling is a part of your body, a part of your mind that experienced an event. And it remembers the event the way it remembers the event. But how you interact with it becomes very, very important here. So AJ, whatever that traumatic feeling is for you right now, turn to that traumatic feeling and think to it. Think this thought into your traumatic feeling. Think to it, I am with you. I will take care of you. And I'm willing to love you. Just think that to the traumatic feeling and watch what happens to it. Think to that traumatic, the fear, the anger, the rage, whatever your feeling is. But think to it, I'm with you. I love you. I will take care of you. And just be aware of how the energy changes, because what you need is the experience that you can affect your own energy by the way you interact with it. That's what you're asking us. And so you do that right now, those traumatic feelings. Whenever those traumatic feelings surface, just stop, feel where they are in your body and say to them, I'm with you. I love you. I'll take care of you. And stay in that intention, and you'll feel the energy change almost instantly. Because energy reacts to different potentials of itself. That's to say, if you got an angry feeling and you put love towards that the vibration of love begins to alter and change the energy of the anger almost immediately. And when you do that, please let us know what happens. Okay, so let go my ego is now saying, oh my God, I feel so much better. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, guardian angel, for sharing that information with you. Remember, you are not here to suffer. You are here to learn to create. And AJ, if you've done what we've suggested, share with us what your experience is on TikTok, because people need to know that your emotions are not who you are. Your emotions are responses to memories, ideas, and information that you hold in your consciousness, in your mind. When you change the ideas or interact with those emotions, you will change them. A lot of people have been trained to think they're waiting for the world to give them value. If you understood how incredibly wondrous you are, if you on the inside could feel your own wonder, how unique and perfect you are as a consciousness, as a being, and you get a glimpse of your own perfection, and then communicate your love into your mind and body will go through a profound change. But please, AJ, let us know what happens. Hi guys, thank you so much for the badge. Really appreciate it. Hi William, how to tell if my pineal gland is opening up versus a psychic attack? This is a great question. Bohemian Bouquet, right? Yeah. Okay. The way to know, because lower vibrational entities cannot attack your pineal gland, okay? Lower vibrational entities cannot attack your pineal gland. They can interact with your limbic or reptilian brain. They cannot interact with your pineal gland. So lower vibrational emotions like anger, fear, judgment, guilt, shame, rage, those lower vibrational energies are in the reptilian part of the brain. And lower vibrational entities, which is why you see all these movies about fear and mistrust and terror and danger, because they're keeping you stuck in your reptilian brain. And in your reptilian brain, they can influence you with rage, anger, guilt, and shame. But your pineal gland cannot be attacked by lower vibrational entities, okay? They can attack it chemically, which is what they try to do with fluoride. But to activate your pineal gland and get out of the limbic brain, you want to breathe slowly and deeply. You want to put your body into a dormant state. You know, like reptiles, for example, will in cold weather lower the metabolic rate of their body so the body can survive. In a lower metabolic state, a reptile can't function the same as if he's in a higher metabolic state. So what you want to do with your body is you want to place your body in a lower functioning state. The yogis and rishis and many mystics will use the process of meditation. So you want to train your body to breathe slowly and deeply. You want to put your body into a dormant state through breathing. So you relax, you breathe. We teach this in our masterclasses. In fact, every one of our masterclasses is an instructional process in how to master your mind and your body in the simplest and possible way, with the Ascended Masters teaching and instructing us. So you use your breath and breathe the body into a lower, quiet, dormant state. So you're putting your body into a quiet, open, and receptive state. And you're doing this. You use your breath. You breathe slowly. You exhale slowly, and it trains the body to relax. As you keep directing the body to relax, as your body's designed to follow your instructions, you start to, the body goes into a more dormant state. Some people actually fall asleep doing this in the beginning because they don't know how to keep their awareness awake. You just have to learn that. So in the beginning, you train your body to be calm, quiet, and peaceful, and it goes into a dormant state. When the body's in a dormant state, you can then shift your attention to the mind, the thinking mind, because these dark ones on the planet right now are also using information that's detrimental and judgmental and racist and misogynistic, and they're using negative information, negative thoughts that stimulate and keep the reptilian brain active. So you want to then go, after the body's relaxed, you then go to the mind with the thinking mind. You want to go to that place where the mind is going on and on and on. And then you're going to do the same thing with the mind that's going on and on and on. You're going to breathe slowly and deeply into the mind. And as you exhale, you're going to communicate to your mind a thought. The thought you're going to communicate to your mind is this: it's okay to not think for a little while. Getting quieter, calmer, and peaceful. You actually want to talk to your mind like that. You're getting quieter, calmer, and more peaceful. It's okay to not think for a little while. You want to think that thought into your mind as you're breathing slowly and deeply. So now you've got the body calmed and quiet. The reptilian brain is becoming less active. Now you're doing the same thing to the thinking mind. Be quiet, calm, peaceful, and relaxed. And you make certain that your voice tone in your mind represents that state of being quiet, calm, and peaceful. And you continue breathing slowly and deeply, and you'll watch as the mind and the chatter start to get less and less and less. Now you're shifting away from the reptilian brain, which is stored in the biology of the body, and you're removing the mechanism of the stimulation of the reptilian brain by getting the mind quiet. Now you, as awareness, can then move your attention into the pineal gland, which is in the geographical center of your brain. The very middle of your brain is where your pineal gland sits. It's the gland that is a relatively new gland in the human organism, but it's the gland that allows you to develop clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. Once the reptilian brain is still and quiet, your awareness can now interface with the pineal gland. And again, we teach you how to do this in our masterclasses. Once you're in alignment to your pineal gland, you can then begin to connect to frequencies, higher frequencies of love, creativity, kindness, playfulness, compassion. These higher vibrational frequencies will then begin to activate the pineal gland. You can also activate the pineal gland by holding your breath and creating pressure in your body that puts pressure on that gland. And that pressure on the gland activates its electrical function. It turns the antenna on, so to speak, so that when you release your breath, you'll activate this energy. And for those of you that are listening right now, if you take a slow, deep breath, put your attention in the middle of your brain, the middle of your head, hold your breath for about 3 seconds and exhale. Become aware of the energy that you feel coming out from the middle of the brain. That energy is the beginning of the activation of your pineal gland. That's all we can get into on that right now. If you want to know more about this, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. You can sign up for one of the upcoming masterclasses. But you can also book a private one-on-one session with me, because I do readings with individuals and get so much more information than we have time to give you here, right? Personally, because each of you has your own unique guides, angels, ascended masters, and information that's specific to you. There's information that's specific to individuals too. What you hear here is general information that applies to almost everybody. But in a one-on-one reading, you'll get information that's specific to you from your guides, your angels, your loved ones, and those that are here working with you in this dimensional manifestation. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it does. Someone's asking, what are your fees for a question and what payment method do you use? Lilith, if you want to ask a single question, you can go to my Linktree link on my bio on TikTok, and you can, it's on a donation basis. You can $2, $5, $10, whatever you feel you want to offer for the question, but it's through my Linktree link on my bio on TikTok. I also have my Linktree link below any one of my videos on my YouTube channel as well, or you can go directly to message me directly through my website and ask a question that way too. But yeah, PayPal, is where we can ask a single question like that. Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you, Tamina. Really appreciate that. But our master classes are really powerful. And readings are too. It's amazing. Thank you for the roses. Thank you so much. No, I should check. Maybe somebody's already asked me. Does my Uncle Paul, this is from Chrissy Nicole, does my Uncle Paul have a message for me? He's saying that you'll always remain that one. I don't, what do you mean by that? You always will have a very special place in his soul, not his mind or heart, in his soul. That you guys have had other lifetimes together, and this time that you had together was less intimate, let's say, than the previous, but intimate in a different way. Again, there's a lot of information coming through from him, and I'm not sure that's a wise idea to reveal too much, but you will always hold that special connection in his heart, right? In his heart, because it's not yeah. He says next time. He says next time, it will be different. Yes. Yes, you did. You got the name right. It is Mandy. Yes. How can I use my spiritual gifts to help myself? Thus, I can help others. Again, hi, May. Hi, May or Mel. Listen, everyone has spiritual gifts. Most people are cut off from them because of the way you've been programmed or conditioned by the world. But everyone was born with spiritual talents: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. They're the senses that allow you to comprehend and grasp information from the non-physical realms, whereas your 5 physical senses allow you to grasp information from the physical realm. The information you receive from the physical realm has overlaid or been blocked off or muted or hidden your spiritual gifts and talents. They're not gone. They're just under this layer of personality that you've been given by the environment. You can begin to reactivate them by certain practices of teaching your mind and body to be still, to be quiet, to be open and receptive, to teach your body and mind to be out of the way, so that you as an awareness, as a soul, can begin to reactivate or gain access to your natural functions of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. These are natural functions. Everybody was born with them. Everybody will have them throughout their lifetime. But the access you have to them can be interfered with by what you believe about your life, the world, what you've been taught to believe or not believe. These can influence and affect your access to your gifts, but you can learn to reopen them easily. There are simple practices of meditation is one of the simplest ways of beginning the process of liberating yourself from being a prisoner to your personality, a prisoner to your thoughts, a prisoner to your emotions, a prisoner to your memory, which most people are. Most people are prisoners to their minds and bodies. They're not liberated, and they're prisoners. And you can unlock yourself from being subjective to your personality if you're persistent in the pursuit of awakening yourself to the realization that you are not your thoughts, you are not your memories, you are not your emotions. These are things you've acquired from the world. Anyway, there's a lot to be said on that. Oh, Ian, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that donation. Hi, Michael. I will study the runes soon. Is this still good for me? Thank you. Yes, but Ian, I want to say something about the runes. Card reading, devices of divination. Understand that these runes will be beneficial for you in reactivating your inner faculties, the non-physical faculties. The runes will allow you to reactivate your clairaudience and your clairvoyance. These will help to do this, but understand the runes in and of themselves are not something that are going to give you something that you already possess. They will facilitate the reactivation of those senses. And in our masterclasses, this is repeatedly articulated that we use practicing card reading. We use divination tools as mechanisms for reactivating inner faculties that are connected to the higher senses, like your pineal gland. But they're just tools. But yes, they will help you right now to reactivate your clairvoyance and your clairaudience. Thank you, Ian. Great question. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Will me and my husband find each other when his spirit comes back? At a higher level. At a higher level. You'll find each other at a higher level, right? A lot of people want what they had. You don't want to have what you had before. You want to have more of what you had before. You want to have it at a higher level. So yes, your next relationship will be at a higher level of functioning than the one you had with him, right? You'll both be at a higher level of functioning. That's why you're still here, because you want to experience the next experience of that. You wanted more of what you had. So be open and receptive to that. It's going to happen. Yeah. Release the past. Release your attachment to how it was, so what it is becoming can become. Release your attachment to how it was, so what is coming can become. Right? You have to be open and receptive to something more. Got time for one more question on TikTok, I think, guys. Oh, you're very welcome, Corey. Is my poetry my gift, and should I publish? The answer is a definite yes, Jackie. It's one of many gifts you have. It's one of many, but through which the spirit will move very easily through your poetry. Will meditation help with this conditioning? Absolutely. Meditation is not some mystical thing about sitting on pillows. Meditation is about you teaching your mind and your body to be your servant and not your master, right? Teaching your mind and body to be your servants, not your master. Meditation is the application of certain functions that you apply to your mind and body that places them in a position of servitude to you, so that you as an awareness get liberated from the conditioning of your mind and body, and then begin to access and begin to fulfill your purpose. Why did you come into this world? Why did you choose that body? What is your reason for being? All those questions can be answered when you learn to train your mind and body to be your servants and not your master. I'm so grateful for all of you today. So grateful for your questions, your wisdom, and your knowledge, your understanding. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I do want to do that too. Hello from South Africa. Hi there. Thank you so much, Jackie. I really appreciate that. So number 32 says, I hope you see my question. I just caught that just in time. Let go my ego. Oh, that's not a question. That's not a question. That's a statement. But I will scroll up a little bit and see if I can see it. Oh, there, question. Here it is. Number 32. Who is it that designed the human form, and how can one work with them to understand it as sufficiently as it needs to be understood? Wow, that's a great question. Woo! I got like Master Jesus coming in. I got Buddha coming in. You must understand that the function of stillness in its purest form will lead to the revelation that is beyond what you know. The practice of stillness will open that place for that revelation to occur for you. Yes. Be still and know. Be still and know. That's an interesting place to go to, that place where you reach that understanding. Then it won't be so important. What you think you are seeking will be less important than what you actually find. What you think you are seeking will be less important than what you actually find. Wow. I love that. Great question, number 32. Woo. Thank you, Master Jesus. Thank you, Buddha. Wow. Sorry, I'm just feeling the energy of that. Yes, absolutely, AJ. You're not guessing. Don't guess. You say or think to a negative. You have a negative emotion in your body, because emotions live in your body until you release them. So if you got frustration in your body, and you turn to the frustration and say, it's okay. I'm going to take care of the situation. I may not even be sure how, but I'm willing to take care of the situation. The energy will shift instantly. The minute you interact with an emotion differently than the way you normally do, it changes it. Like literally, if you got rage inside, you stop and turn to the rage and say, it's okay. I'm going to give you permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. The way you interact with your emotional energy will change it. And they don't teach you that in school. What they teach most people now is, you can't change how I feel. I just feel the way I feel. I can't change it. That's bullshit. Bullshit with a double B, okay? You can always change your emotional energy. Even in the deepest state of rage, if you can open your eye enough to say, wait a minute, you're just going to calm down here. And you change the tone of voice you use in your mind, you'll begin to shift the energy instantly. Emotion is energy in motion. It can't be created. It can't be destroyed. Emotion can only be changed from one state to another. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that so simple too? I love my guardian angel, John, when he first taught me that about emotion is the fifth state of energy. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, one more question here. Do our genetic ancestors have anything to do with our healing or the path, or is it inconsequential? It's a great question, AJ. Yes and no. They will assist you as long as you're learning. If you're open and receptive to learning and growing, then the teachers that you need will come from your ancestral line, your guides, your angels, ascended masters, the divine. Whatever level that you are needing to learn from, that's who will come and teach you. Energetically, they'll come to you. When you reach it, there is a level. There's no, so Master Jesus is saying there is no level at which you cannot learn. There is no level at which you cannot learn. There is an infinite spectrum of bliss from which you can learn and grow and evolve and live and move and have your being in. Understand this. Wow, I like that. Thank you so much. Always. So yeah, so you reach a point of learning that your ancestors can't teach you something because you're learning something that they've never learned before. They'll drop off, they'll go to do other things, and you'll acquire new teachers, new mentors, new guides, new angels. The learning process does not stop. When Master Jesus realized his unity with God, the same as Yogananda, once Yogananda realized his unity with all that is, they also realized that there was more. And they're exploring that from a different plane of consciousness than we understand as individuals in this physical body, but information from which we can gain. We can tap into their energy and receive information from them. You know, you can talk to the angels, you can talk to your guides, you can talk to your relatives, you can receive guidance and inspiration at any moment, right? Once you understand the fundamental principles of how to do that. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Thank you so much, Joy. I really appreciate it. To my subscribers on TikTok, thank you so much. It means a lot, right? You're contributing to more than, you're not just contributing money, you're contributing an energy that's going to benefit other people. Your support inspires me too. It inspires your intention because you're adding to a vibrational frequency to this planet. You're assisting in the function of love being given more room in this world, because right now this world needs the vibration of love. Humanity needs to shift its consciousness from fear to love. Also remember to subscribe and follow on my YouTube channel, TikTok. Share these videos. For those of you on TikTok who, I don't repost these videos, I'll start doing shorts eventually. But you can also go to my YouTube channel and watch hundreds of other channeled messages from the Ascended Masters, from guides, angels, Einstein, Stephen Hawkins, many others that have spoken through me on their respective messages and subjects. But thank you so much for your support. And if you're my YouTube subscribers, thank you so much. I will perhaps set up some paid subscription. To my patrons, we've got our live event coming up on the 7th of December, and you'll be receiving the information about the patrons live event on the next couple of days. You'll receive that in the email that you registered as a patron with. And so patrons, thank you guys, because again, everything we get, 10% goes towards supporting our Underground Railroad, which is a group that helps shut down the sex slave trade using children. And we're big fans of shutting all that fear and darkness and evil down that's being propagated onto humanity. But thank you, subscribers, followers, and all of you that have asked questions. Yes, I understand that. And I will see you guys I'm hoping to get out to tomorrow. Oh, I will. Okay, Sharon, I'm told to answer this question. How do I pull myself from self-sabotage into self-acceptance? Remember, every thought, every behavior, every action you will ever perform has an emotion. There is no action that a human can perform that doesn't have an emotion behind it. Every human action has an emotion behind it. Even the most heinous and psychotic individuals have to have an emotion that allows a function. You cannot have an action without an emotion being behind it on some level. Now, what does that mean for you, Sharon? It means that the emotions and actions of sabotage are the same. So when you are about to do something you know is self-sabotaging, inside your body in that moment where you're about to do that action is the emotion that's going to cause you to do the thing that you're going to do. So what you want to do is you don't want to try and change the action. You want to shift the emotion. You know, we're in our 102 Masterclass Liberation, which is all about how to release and change emotional energy in your body. And this is a small snippet of it. So that emotion of sabotage lives in your body. Find where you feel that sabotage in your body and turn to the sabotage and say to it, I am going to take care of you. Just think that to the sabotage. I will take care of you. Just think that to that feeling of sabotage. I will take care of you from now on. And the energy, once the energy, you feel the feeling of sabotage change, you'll have made a little change. And then you keep applying the process. So every time a self-sabotaging behavior is about to happen, you go to the energy and say, I will take care of you. And the behavior will shift as well because the energy is being changed. Whenever you change an emotion, you'll change the thoughts and behaviors that emotion generates. And this is the beginning of mastery, by the way. The beginning of self-mastery is learning how to change your own energy. I love all of you very, very much, and I'm truly grateful to be able to be of service in any way, shape, or form. If any of this has assisted you in any way, shape, or form, I'm grateful for that. May your life be filled with more love today. May you choose the function of love in your words, your thoughts, your actions. And I'll wish you all a wonderful, a joyful day. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. on Shortcuts for Your Soul, where we do a small meditation and message segment on this live show. Have yourselves a wonderful and a beautiful day. Bye for now.